Hello, welcome to the show. A viral story has been circulating across Chinese-language online communities. The popular YouTube creator Lao Gao and Xiao Mo, Mr. and Mrs. Gao, boasting over 6 million subscribers, was reportedly hit with a staggering 410 million renminbi fine. We'll break down whether this is real or fabricated in a moment, but what's telling is how Lao Gao's fellow creators, many of them based in mainland China, reacted far more swiftly and decisively than the average viewer. These peers, sensitive to even the slightest policy signals in their industry, began taking precautionary measures well in advance, changing channel names, halting uploads, or in some cases, shutting down their YouTube channels entirely. Without exception, these are creators operating from within China, where industry gossip spreads fastest among peers. This triggered a noticeable wave of suspensions on YouTube among million subscriber accounts. Meanwhile, their content continued to roll out normally on domestic platforms like Bilibili, clear evidence they had picked up on warning signs early. Increasingly, observers are concluding that Beijing's apparent cross-border revenue grab is not baseless rumor. So, is that widely shared screenshot of a 410 million renminbi penalty notice merely a hoax? Or could it represent a form of reconnaissance by fire, aimed at testing high-earning overseas Chinese creators? Today, let's dissect the details behind this episode. Reports of Lao Gao facing a 410 million renminbi penalty first surfaced through early coverage by Hotspot Tracker, but at the time the broader situation was still unfolding and Lao Gao himself had not commented. Out of caution, the outlet simply reported the existence of the claim without naming him. Lao Gao has since publicly denied the allegations, yet the suspension wave triggered by the rumor has only grown, sending ripples through public opinion. On the fifth day of the Lunar New Year in 2026, while many ethnic Chinese around the world were still enjoying holiday festivities, a so-called administrative penalty decision documents spread like wildfire across dark web forums and social media. The headline was alarming. Decision on imposing a tenfold fine for illegal gains of 41 million by Gao XX. At the same time, the massively popular YouTube channel Lao Gao and Xiao Mo, with more than 6 million followers, fell into an eerie silence. Sightings emerged of a man resembling Lao Gao being escorted at an airport. Rumors swirled that Xiao Mo had signed divorce papers. Could the calm narrator of extraterrestrial civilizations and conspiracy theories have finally been ensnared by a very real-world trap? Is this 410 million renminbi penalty a hammer of justice, or a carefully engineered snare? The document was posted by an ex-user claiming it came from an insider in the Chinese public security system. The poster wrote, "I am a relevant insider in the public security system. Recent funding shortfalls are severe, and the public security apparatus has begun large-scale arrests and penalties targeting YouTube broadcasters. To my knowledge, penalty decisions have already been issued against nearly 40 creators. The latest measures on overseas revenue taxation and the new cybersecurity regulations are all designed to plug budget gaps. Our city bureau has been assigned a 3-month target of 6 billion renminbi. Those who meet it receive bonuses. Those who fail face reassignment. I risked everything to secretly photograph one case file. We've been tracking this one for half a year. Anyone who refuses to pay will be charged under pocket crimes, such as illegal wall climbing or espionage." Accompanying the post was a photo allegedly snapped covertly, an administrative penalty decision issued by the Ganjingzi branch of the Dalian Public Security Bureau, document number de Gongxing FAJUZ 2026 number 3. The notice states that a 44-year-old individual surnamed Gao from November 18, 2014 to January 31, 2026 used circumvention software to create content on the overseas YouTube platform, sold merchandise, collected membership fees, and earned hidden advertising revenue, illegally obtaining total income of $5.773 million US, equivalent to 41.5692 million renminbi. It further alleges tax evasion and, under relevant regulations, imposes a tenfold penalty, totaling 410 million renminbi. The public security authorities demanded full payment by March 31, 2026, with a daily late fee of 3% of the outstanding amount. While the document is not immediately obvious as fake at first glance, it contains numerous glaring inconsistencies. It bears the seal of the Ganjingzi branch in Dalian, yet the listed ID number begins with 310109, Hongkou District, Shanghai. Under China's administrative penalty law, jurisdiction generally follows the place of the act or the individual's residence. If Lao Gao holds Singaporean nationality or is a long-term Singapore resident, Dalian police issuing an administrative penalty across provinces and internationally without clear criminal evidence makes no procedural sense. The notice claims a tenfold fine. This is a strikingly amateur error. Under China's individual income tax law and related tax collection regulations, penalties for tax evasion typically range from 0.5 to 5 times the underpaid amount. A tenfold administrative fine has almost no basis in the current legal framework unless extreme criminal elements are involved. The document frames YouTube ad revenue as illegal gains obtained through circumvention tools. In current Chinese enforcement practice, personal use of VPNs usually results in warnings or modest fines. Classifying tens of millions in legitimate ad revenue as wholly illicit and subject to full confiscation violates basic principles of property rights protection. Moreover, Lao Gao does not actually have the surname Gao. Early in his channel's history, he explained that he adopted the nickname Lao Gao because fans started calling him that during his gaming streaming days under the handle Godspeed. He later kept the moniker for branding. When he shifted from gaming to knowledge-based content with Xiao Mo, he rebranded the former Quizero channel to Lao Gao and Xiao Mo Mr. and Mrs. Gao, leading later fans to mistakenly assume Gao is his real family name. Neither has ever publicly disclosed their legal names, primarily to protect privacy. The claimed start date of 2014 for the channel also fails scrutiny. Lao Gao moved to Japan in 2004. As a seasoned IT consultant, he was highly attuned to internet platforms. In live streams, he has openly said he began experimenting with content creation on YouTube shortly after its 2005 launch through roughly 2010, mostly scattered gaming clips and life snippets, not the polished storytelling format seen today. He later quit gaming entirely before launching the current joint channel with Xiao Mo. His YouTube activity predates 2014 by quite some margin. Given these obvious holes, why did the document still cause such an earthquake? Because it precisely targeted 2 words: anxiety. Every cross-border YouTube creator is hyper-vigilant about policy wins, desperate to avoid becoming the next target for seizure. True or false? The mere emergence of Lao Gao's case sent genuine panic through the community. In recent years, Beijing has indeed intensified tax audits on high-income self-media personalities. The collective dread among Chinese creators of distant ocean fishing neatly linked Lao Gao's suspension and family visit narratives. This feels less like an isolated attack on one individual and more like a pressure test directed at the entire cohort of overseas-based Chinese content producers. Lao Gao's response was extremely concise and avoided any detailed rebuttal. He stated, "Recent online claims about my divorce, fine, and other gravely inaccurate information are all malicious fabrications. Please disregard them. Thank you for your concern. We're doing well. Today is the 6th day of the Lunar New Year. Wishing everyone smooth sailing, double six fortune, and all things going smoothly." In 68 characters, he denied the rumors outright. In my view, this puts Lao Gao in an unenviable position. Regardless of whether any penalty actually occurred or how much, the only viable path is low-profile handling. Why? Put yourself in his shoes, and it's obvious. Many ask, if it's pure fabrication, why doesn't he record a video angrily denouncing the rumor mongers? That restraint is precisely his shrewdness. As many viewers have pointed out, a small arm cannot twist a big thigh. In the face of absolute power and opaque rules, aggressive pushback can easily escalate into catastrophe. If no fine exists, loud confrontation could force authorities to open an investigation into what was originally just online chatter, voluntarily placing himself under the microscope. If a fine does exist, silence becomes the only rational course. Quiet compliance and payment is the sole way to preserve the channel and future livelihood. Those 68 characters are less a denial and more a subtle signal to all parties. I'm still playing within the rules. Let's each keep our place. In the adult world, truth sometimes matters less than maintaining equilibrium. The Lao Gao saga is far from over. Sharp-eyed netizens have noticed that million subscriber creators physically located in mainland China are visibly rattled. Fashion, pop culture, K-pop, and celebrity-chasing creators familiar with Bilibili know that many movie explainers and reaction videos used to drop simultaneously on YouTube. This dual-platform strategy capitalized on the gap between domestic and overseas monetization, effectively earning twice. But Beijing wants its cut too. With local governments struggling to sell land, seeing these creators rake in USD on YouTube makes their mouths water. Pocket crimes are Beijing's favorite tool. Slap on any label, force the dollars to be disgorged. From late 2025 into early 2026, Chinese tax authorities explicitly prioritized supplementary taxation on overseas income. Official channels are leveraging big data and the Common Reporting Standard, CRS, to access residents' overseas financial accounts, including dividends, interest, and capital gains. Under Chinese law, any tax resident must declare and pay tax on worldwide income. Even funds sitting in a Google AdSense account or foreign bank become vulnerable the moment they are remitted or spent inside China. Beijing has demanded that high-net-worth citizens pay a supplementary 20% tax on overseas assets. For creators dual streaming on YouTube and Bilibili, domestic real-name information ties directly to AdSense accounts, making them ideal enforcement targets. If even 1% of the Lao Gao rumor holds truth, it may serve as reconnaissance by fire against precisely this group. Many million subscriber creators have been earning twice, but in 2026, that has become a high-wire balancing act. Real-name data on Bilibili often links tightly to YouTube AdSense, allowing tax bureaus to cross-reference and lock on targets with ease. As oversight tightens, older evasion tactics, third-party payments, or friends collecting on behalf are rapidly collapsing under digital surveillance. Faced with this peril, the 2026 creator ecosystem is visibly splintering. Full physical immigration, like Lao Gao, settling abroad and possibly changing nationality to sever tax residency entirely. Going underground, mainland creators may dial back dual-platform activity or shift to more opaque, decentralized monetization at the cost of sharply reduced revenue efficiency. Proactive compliance. Top-tier creators opt to pay for peace, voluntarily declaring YouTube earnings as personal income tax. Margins shrink, but criminal risk disappears. Many are already acting accordingly. For their safety, no specific names here, just the observable facts. In the wake of the 2026 Lunar New Year and the 410 million renminbi rumor about Lao Gao, several prominent dual habitat, million subscriber creators active on both Bilibili and YouTube have indeed implemented defensive adjustments to their channel profiles. Changing channel descriptions from personally operated to fan/msin mirror/curated. Phrases like YouTube's sole official channel have vanished, replaced by ambiguous wording. One well-known hard science educator with millions of followers, long based in Beijing, altered his YouTube description in mid-February from XXX's sole official channel to "this channel is maintained by the fan club, sharing high-quality videos of XXX." The move creates legal subject separation. If investigated, the creator can argue the videos are fan-initiated, disconnecting overseas AdSense revenue from their domestic identity and dodging charges of illegal business operation or undeclared overseas income. Removing links to domestic real-name social accounts. Many have scrubbed hyperlinks bridging YouTube to Bilibili, Weibo, etc. A prominent food vlogger previously listed Bilibili and Weibo handles in the YouTube bio for cross-traffic. Those links have been deleted entirely. The profile photo switched from real-life shots to anime-style avatars, lowering identifiability. As long as regulators cannot easily match a YouTube account to a domestic real-name profile, the risk of targeted phishing drops dramatically. Invisible risk mitigation via suspension or radio silence. No outright terminations, but upload cadence has become erratic. Certain current affairs and tech commentators saw their YouTube channels go dark for the week the rumor broke, while Bilibili output remained steady. One Shanghai-based geopolitical analyst with millions of followers kept daily Bilibili posts over the holiday, mostly pre-stock soft content. Yet YouTube stayed silent for 10 days. After the rumor surfaced, this creator quickly changed the YouTube bio from official sole channel to content archive site, apparently enacting legal separation. A hardware insider famous for teardowns of premium chips and big tech exposés paused all topics touching overseas revenue or circumvention tools in mid to late February. YouTube uploads fell from 3 per week to 0, while Bilibili continued posting smartphone reviews. Creators with corporate backgrounds tend to be acutely tax compliant. The Laogao incident made them fear becoming the next poster child for distant ocean fishing. Though few openly admit, we pause because of fine fears. 3 broad categories of YouTube channels have largely gone quiet or pivoted recently. Mainland-based creators with subtly sarcastic tones. Humorous talk show-style hosts with light political jabs have shifted to innocuous lifestyle vlogs on YouTube, or abandoned it entirely for Bilibili-only activity. Creators who previously flaunted AdSense earnings. Those who once showcased high USD backend figures for knowledge monetization or traffic have deleted those videos and posts, reducing the chance of being flagged as prime targets. Tech immigration/cross-border e-commerce educators. Channels teaching YouTube monetization inherently brush against circumvention and illegal gains gray zones. During the rumor peak, they exercised extreme restraint. Why the mass deletions and selective pauses? Netizens widely believe that, amid severe local fiscal shortages, creators with substantial overseas assets and traceable domestic identities are the easiest prey. Even if the Laogao document is fabricated, it broadcasts one unmistakable signal. As long as domestic household registration remains active, even creators abroad risk asset freezes or confiscation. This bifurcated upload strategy, active domestically, dormant internationally, represents these creators' final struggle between the lure of wealth and the shadow of the iron fist. In China, earning money openly and legitimately remains extraordinarily difficult. What do you think, viewers? Please leave your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going.